Happy belated Halloween, everyone. How is everyone doing? Happy Friday. We're here after Halloween. I know I couldn't stream on Halloween. Couldn't do it. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope you're all doing well. We've already got some people in the chat. Let's see who's here. Trev Wilson was here. I don't even know. He was in chat when I looked at chat, so that must have been half hour to an hour early. What's up, buddy? He got a wrench tonight. Congratulations, bud. How are you? We've got the Linux Cat here. Another moderator, great guy. How you doing? ADHD Fishing in the chat. I Whiskey She Wines. That's Bobby and Sam. How are you? Victoria C. Good to see you tonight. Dustin Martin, Andrew Spurrell. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being here early. We have a pretty cool thing going on tonight. Guy Davis is here too. Guy was already shooting me some messages about some suggestions for candy pairings. So he's got a pretty good idea of one, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But we're going to start with something else here first. Jason is here. How you doing, Jason? Great live stream on Wednesday. I'm not going to be able to compete with that. I thought about trying to put together a costume, but I didn't even put together a costume at work, so I was a bum this year. I had to work all day Halloween, so I didn't put a costume on. I decided not to do it tonight, so we're just rocking the Bourbinsane shirt. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Terry D, Bourbon Apprentice, William Devilar, how are you doing? Good to see you all. Thank you all for being here. So as you saw in the thumbnail, we're going to be pairing candy and whiskey. So we're talking Halloween candy. Now, I had my wife, she took the little ones out yesterday while I was working. She pretty much collected one of just about every type of candy I could think of around here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little grab box. And there's just one of each in here. So I'll grab a candy. When I do, I'll have you guys suggest a whiskey. So anything in my bar that I have, I guess, to try to pair with it. Something that's going to work well. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see if it works. First of all, though, we have a whiskey that I'm really excited about. This is Foregate. This is the second batch of Foregate. This is called Outer Loop Orbit. Comes from Foregate. They were kind enough to send me a sample of this. Let me pull up this image for you guys to see what's going on with this whiskey, because this is a very interesting whiskey. Let me find it here. There it is. So this is Foregate. Blend of 5.5 and 12-year Kentucky straight bourbons. Now they don't disclose which, where this is from or whatnot. The cool thing about Foregate, and they did this with their first batch as well, was they actually finished their whiskey in different types of casks. So for batch 2, they're finishing it in orange carousel gin casks. So the orange carousel barrels are actually from the Parker's Heritage release that Heaven Hill did, a year ago, 2 years ago now, whatever it was. So they're finishing in that, and it kind of worries me a little bit, honestly. It kind of worries me. Pause. Couple more people in chat. Brandon Elliott, how you doing, bud? Captain Making Happen in the house. How are you? Good to see you. And pal Joey. How are you, brother? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Back to Outer Loop. We've got 12-year mash bill, 5.5-year mash bill. They're on the screen there. I'm not going to read them to you. But the proof on this, it's nice. Very nice. 60.15% ABV. Now you are speaking my language. I like it. I like it a lot. Only 2,400 bottles of this, though. Only 2,400 bottles of this total. So very limited. Tough to get your hands on, but I am super, super pumped to try this. So, like I said, it could go one of two ways. So we're going to see. And it does MSRP at $200. So, let's pour it. Let's pour it and let's talk about it a little bit before we get into the candy portion of the night. Nicholas Burt, how are you? Thank you for being here. I've got my new Bourbon Junkies glass. You can see that or not. Thanks to the boys there. Whew, I can smell this immediately when I just cracked that bottle there. Congratulations to Dan, by the way, Bourbon Junkies. He just had a new baby girl. Big time for him. Sure, he's under a lot of stress, very little sleep, but there he is. How you doing, brother? Just putting the kids to bed. There you are. I was just saying, congratulations. Congratulations to you. All right. Foregate. Batch 2, Outer Loop Orbit. Let's go into it a little bit. Ooh, okay. So, the gin influence immediately on the nose. It's very piney. Very pine forward. Citrus and pine for sure. So me personally, I'm actually a fan of gin. I actually really like gin, and especially good gin. So I don't know if I'll mind. I don't know if I'll mind this or not. Michael Klein, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. I don't know. And almost on the nose, it kind of smells like a barrel finished gin versus a bourbon finished in a gin barrel. You know what I mean? It kind of smells that way. Not too bad. I mean, you still get the sweetness from the bourbon coming through. A lot of baking spices. 200 bucks though. I haven't tasted it yet. All right, let's give it a sip. Everyone tell me, what are you sipping on tonight? Tell me if you have your candy ready. What kind of candy do you have? And what are you going to be pairing it with? Let's go into this. Cheers, guys. Woo. Woo. First pour of the night, so that's stinging the mouth a little bit. Coats really well, though. Nice mouth coating. You know, the gin is actually quite mellow on the palate. I wasn't getting I mean, it was very citrusy on the nose, like I mentioned, but the orange wasn't super potent. It was more the gin coming through. A lot more orange on the palate, though. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. It's tough. Terry D is going with the Booker's and Reese's Pumpkins. I like where your head's at. I have some thoughts of my own on stuff that might work well. So as I see suggestions, we'll talk about it. But well, on the palate for me, initial front of the palate, it's overly sweet to me. I did try the Parker's Heritage, the orange carousel finish, and I was not a fan of that release at all. Way too heavy on the orange for me in that release. This isn't near to the level of orange sweetness I was getting out of that Parker's, but it's still pretty sweet. It's still pretty sweet. The gin and the orange together, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like the orange is almost a botanical for the gin they're using. Knob Creek and a Three Musketeer. Okay. Okay. I was saying in Jason's chat the other day, I'm not a Three Musketeers guy. Something about it, it's just like it's too fluffy. Does that make sense? Three Musketeers are just too fluffy. Jason says he thinks it tastes like a Christmas tree with oranges on it as oranges. With oranges on it as oranges. Yeah, it's definitely Christmassy. Like, it's a winter whiskey for sure. I mean, like midwinters is all Christmas baking spices, you know, and this has some of those baking spices that are like that, but it might just be a little too funk for me. It might be. A lot of people would love this, and if you don't mind the gin, like I don't mind the gin at all, because the gin is potent. Oh, ornaments. Oranges as ornaments. That makes more sense, Jason. Perfect. I was like, oranges as oranges. Well, yeah, but I can't handle the nougat. You're probably correct. Too nougaty for me. I've never, like, growing up, I've never been a chocolate guy. I always liked the hard candies, like Sprees, Runts, Nerds, that kind of stuff. That's up my alley. Like, I'll eat that all day. But chocolate was never for me. I was never an ice cream cake guy. So Halloween was one of those things, like, I mean, it was fun to go, like, trick-or-treat with your friends and stuff, but I wasn't looking for the big, huge chocolate bars usually, you know? As this is opening up in the glass, the gin's coming out a lot more for me. It's getting a lot more piney. Again, I don't mind it, but if someone is not a gin fan, you know, if you're a bourbon fan and you're not a gin fan, you're going to have to steer clear of this because that gin is definitely coming through. For sure. Yeah. Michael, it did. The gin absolutely made it very piney. I mean, like you said, pine tree, you know. That note is very potent and very pungent. It came through. Their first batch, though, like batch 1 of Foregate, honestly, one of the best whiskeys I had of 20, whatever year that was, 2018 last year, was it? I am going to be doing a best whiskeys of 2019 episode as well. I'll probably just talk about whiskeys I was able to try in 2019. So that would be like Foregate, a couple really good store picks. The 18 Stag I reviewed in 2019. So I'll probably do that type of stuff. Unless I can really load up on some BTAC soon, which is not looking good. Not looking good here. Ben Demon Hunter, good to see you, buddy. Travis Woolard is here as well. DH Self Dustin, how are you? Thank you all for being here tonight. For candy night. You guys want some butterscotches? I was gonna wear my robe as a costume, but it just was too weird to like just have a robe. I was toying with the idea of putting on some like romantic music when I walked in, you know, like my Valentine's episode was or something. But I don't know. Didn't feel right. It didn't feel right, so we'll save that for another occasion. Boy, this whiskey is interesting. Before I finish this up real quick, but very interesting. Now as the glass is almost gone, on the nose, the gin is very mellowed. It's very, very interesting. It's like that. Jason coming in with a $5 super chat. Just kicking things off, buddy. I won't make you sing. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I could sing. I got Streamlabs on. That's all right. It's popping up for you. That's all right, Jason. It's fine. Yes, I used to sing a lot back in the day. I could sing, but man, I don't do it anymore. Not anymore. Jason, let's see if we got a super chat for you here. So you go down in the musty, moldy, old-smelling basement, and that's what this smells like to me. I don't know why. That was the IW Harper 15. I know a couple people in chat, actually, that are quite big fans of that bottle, so I'm going to have to try another pour or get a different bottle, maybe, because I think I could have a ruined bottle, possibly. It's what I've been told. It's a good whiskey. It's definitely a good whiskey, but I personally would be hard pressed to pay $200 for it. You know, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Let me get my water here, and we will get into the candy portion of the evening. Travis Woolard said, I just want to say it was nice to meet you at La Quinta. Too bad you probably don't remember half of it. Travis, I do remember you, buddy. I actually do. And it was great. I mean, meeting everybody at La Quinta was awesome. You know, the people I can finally put faces to names. Half of them, when they said their handle, I was like, oh, yeah, that's you. Like, I see you all the time. You know, it's almost like we knew each other already. So, really cool. Just awesome. I can't wait to do it next year. I really, really hope. So, let's move right into this next section. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna randomly take out a candy, and I will have you all make the suggestions with what will go with it. So, to get started, there's a couple different ways we could do this. So we could do whiskeys that are going to be similar to the stuff we're tasting. So say we get a candy bar that has peanuts in it. We could go for Heaven Hill products, a Jim Beam product, something that has naturally that nuttiness in the bourbon. Even Wild Turkey has nuttiness too. Or we could do the opposite. So if we get something that's like a really, really sweet chocolate, we could do the opposite, something maybe that's really heavy rye spice, you know, give you more pepper or something. So there's a couple ways we could do it, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. What do you think is going to work best? That's the thing. So let's go with candy number 1. Milky Way. Okay. This also is kind of nougaty, so I'm probably not a huge fan, but that's fine. Now this is the Milky Way Midnight. This is not just a normal Milky Way. Milky Way Midnight. So let's throw some whiskeys in the chat that you think would pair well with the Milky Way. Go ahead. And whatever I see, if I see something pop on the screen that I think could work well, I'm going to go ahead and grab it off the bar. This thing is dark. It truly is midnight. Chris's new nickname is the Big Nougat. Yona, Elijah. Okay. Elijah's good. Old Forester Black Label's a good one too, because that's very chocolatey as well, like very chocolatey forward. Can you do alternatives to nuts without nuts for those of us who are allergic? Okay. Yeah, I probably got something that's not nutty in here. I see a Starburst. We could do a Starburst for you, Brandon. You got it. So many options. Eric says Ardbeg, of course. We can get to the Scotch later. We can make that happen. Oh, there's so many choices. Let's try. We could probably do a couple of them. So, let's do the Old Forester Black Label first. I recently reviewed this and I forgot how good this stuff was. Old Forester 100 proof, formerly their signature bottle. Now, the Old Forester flavor profile for me is always chocolatey, you know. Chocolatey, little banana usually. Let me get a Glen. So, it'll be interesting to see. That's a pretty good pour. I don't know how many of these we're going to be doing. We'll see. So let's leave that out. Move that back. All right, so we'll take a bite of the chocolate first. Everyone at home, bite of the chocolate first. Oh, this is different. That's not right. Is that normal? Is that what Milky Ways look like normally? White in the middle? That's like Milky Way daytime. Maybe I just haven't had a Milky Way in a long time. Not half bad. It's very nougaty. Like a big nougat. It is. All right. Now let's give it a sip. Man, that Old Forester is so good. It really is. Honestly, I think every time I've ever had like chocolate and then a whiskey, because at Woodford they give you a piece of chocolate to try with their, before you try like the double oaked or something like that. I can't remember at the distillery. I'm sure I'll be talking about it very soon in my distillery series. For those of you who haven't been following it, shame on you. You should be watching those, especially if you are a bourbon fan and you want to go to Kentucky, which you all do if you're here. It just makes it creamier. So chocolate just tends to make it a lot creamier, I think. I see some caramel and some white filling in this Milky Way with a hard dark chocolate exterior. Old Forester rye, very minty to go with the chocolate, Matthew says. Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. We might have to grab that Old Forester rye because very interesting rye Old Forester rye is. I like where your head's at. Really do. It's just much creamier. It really is. Creamier, coats the palate really well. Eric, yeah, salted dark chocolate is awesome with smoky scotch like Lefroy. I believe it. Smoky scotch like Lefroy by itself is delicious, but adding a dark salted chocolate, it's got to be good. Got to be good. Yona says chocolate, bourbon, and bacon all day. Now there is a dessert made in heaven right there. Honestly. Honestly. I like it. Boy, do I like it. I saw ADHD Fishing in the chat earlier. For those of you who don't know, he is doing his first live stream ever tonight. 10 p.m. Eastern, immediately following me. Michael, I see it. I'll get it, buddy. I'll see if I have a Twix. My wife likes Twixes, so she may not have included it. Is there an alternate to a Twix that we can make happen? Any excuse to drink the Pingree, and I'm game. I assume you mean the black label, because I got the red label here somewhere too, but... Yes, ADHD Fishing. Let me get back up my train of thought here. ADHD Fishing, first live tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. He's going on immediately after me, so we're all going to be heading over there, checking him out. If you have not seen ADHD Fishing doing what he does, you have to. He's put out about three or four whiskey reviews now. The man's doing amazing. Amazing work. He's going places, I'll tell you. So I'm excited for his live. It's going to be a great time. I promised him I would not be sober by the time I made it to his chat, so we are going to be doing a lot of chocolate pairings in the next half hour to get there. It's a lot more fun if I'm to the point past you know. Anyone who's in this chat, you probably already know. So let's set this chocolate aside and we'll go on to our next one. America. That's right, America. Michael says nothing but, oh man, nothing but a Twix. Ah, really? Hang on. I wasn't going to look in this. I was just going to randomly grab, but I knew this would happen. Swing! We got it. Shawing. Okay. Twix it is. Black label it is. Now, where's my black label? You said behind me. Oh, here. Oh, this bottle. I drank down to about here on this bottle. And I sent some samples out too. I added this to the Beagle Rare that ADHD Fishing put together as well. And I have left it alone since. I'm trying not to drink this if I can. It's just, oh, it's tough. It is tough. This is honestly one of my favorite bottles. MGP cast strength is so good. So good. Moose76, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. My wife made me do my hair before I came live. She said you look like a hobo. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's gel in here. What the hell is my ears so red? You seeing this? What the heck? Anyway, so yeah, it's just the lighting probably. It's the lighting. So that's why my hair's done. Travis Willard asked if you had the peanut butter whiskey. No, Screwball, I have not. It's like I can get Screwball, but I'm like, oh, peanut butter whiskey, flavored whiskey. Like, do I jump on the train and review it? I don't know. I don't know. Swami, how you doing, bud? Good to see you, Swams. Oh man, let's go with this Twix next. Ear. She twisted my ear. Yeah. Get over here and do your hair. I know. Guy, you're right. I should think of it as a compliment. She wants me looking good. Alright. Twix. This is a right Twix, if that makes a difference. Michael, does it matter if it's left Twix or right Twix for matching with the Pingree? Because, I don't know. This is right Twix, so we're going for it. See that? Look at that caramel. Look at that caramel right there. Too hot for TV. A drip. Look at that drip. Now this is not as nougaty, so I can get on board with this. This is I like the hard cracker. I'm an expert with words. I'm a wordsmith. The cracker that's in it, and the caramel works great. But sticking to my teeth. Hold. All right. It is. It really is, Swami. All right. Wow. Wow. To think that you could improve on the black label, but the caramel, it's really the caramel I think that does it. Let's go in for another bite here. Yeah. Demonetized. Mmm. Mmm. Ooh. Man. Excellent suggestion. Excellent suggestion. Swami says he wants candy now. You know what? Nestle can go ahead and just write me that check now. Clearly, it's the marketing that's doing this. So, you're welcome. Fat guys know candy and bourbon. You got that right. Boy, that's good. You weren't kidding. Mm. Two pretty high proof bourbons to start. Woo! A yee yee. Am I weird to like banana Laffy Taffy and Jack Daniel's Single Barrel? Synergistic pairing. You're not weird. JD Single Barrel, a lot of banana. Interestingly enough, I've only had two different Jack Daniel's Single Barrels. One was like just kind of like the regular Jack, where it was a lot of banana. Second one had none. It was weird. I've had a couple barrel proof picks that were less like mellowed on the banana note, but yeah, it was weird that the single barrel pick was completely different. So I think it's just it depends on the barrel you get. That's good, man. Oh, that's Pingree. I gotta put that down. So I feel like Weller. I have an open bottle of Weller. It's down there. Weller 107 with the wheated mash bill would probably go well with some stuff. I gotta finish this first. But Brandon asked if we could do a non-nutty, like a non-nutty candy, I guess, for those of us with nut allergies. So let's go with something that's an actual candy. An actual candy. Fucking idiot. Regular M&Ms we could do. We have a regular Hershey's bar. And we have Starburst Duos, which are dual flavored Starburst. Let's pick from that pile. Throw a couple suggestions out. Dustin says Ardbeg and chocolate for science. Oh, I'll do it. I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it at the end though when we're wrapping up because I don't want to do Ardbeg now. It'll just everything will be smoky. Smoke for life. Hmm. Clean this out. All right. I already need a bigger shirt. This thing is like showing all my fat rolls off. I know, usually just the bourbon alone is enough to pack on a day's worth of calories, but man. Whew. Let's do a regular Hershey's bar. That's just plain chocolate, no nuts. That'll be easy. So let's do that. And let's do what's gonna pair well with a regular Hershey's bar. What is it gonna be? Let's see. Let's look behind me. What do I get with a lot of chocolate notes? I mean, Old Forester we already did. I always get the chocolate there. You think regular Weller would go well with Hershey's? Knob Creek, Rare Breed. All good suggestions. You know what? I'm gonna grab the Rare Breed because this bottle of Rare Breed is one of the Bailey's. Ooh, nice, yeah. I like Bailey's, but not only in the morning. So, um, yeah, note Weller, note not Weller, not Weller. Russell's, Michael says. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna do the rare breed. This is one of those batches with the older whiskey in it from last year, and this bottle recently, because I probably have a pour of this every couple weeks, but just like a sip, and the nuttiness is starting to come through more. You know what, though? I did just get a really nutty forward Russell's pick, actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead. Let me see if it's close. I've got stuff all over. Oh, it's right here. So, on my Instagram, I posted this a couple weeks ago. Russell's pick from Meijer. Meijer is our local chain here, kind of like a grocery store in the Midwest. This is a Camp Nelson A pick. And to me, this had a lot of, actually on initial pour, it had a lot of nuttiness compared to normal Russell's picks. Normal Russell picks I have seem to give me a lot of sweetness. And this didn't really give me a huge amount of sweetness. Meijer is more of a Walmart, Dustin. You're correct. You're pretty much right. It's true. And yes, Jonah, the LLG is a bomb. This Hershey's just like, I'm not chewing it. It's just dissolving slowly in my mouth. Yeah, this Meijer pick is interesting. It's not super sweet candy, sour apple, wild turkey note I get in a lot of picks. Honestly, it seems on initial nose more rye forward. Hmm. Mm. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So, I think chocolate with any wild turkey product is gonna, for me, like that just almost tasted like a candy coated apple, like a caramel apple. That's really what that tasted like. You know what? Like sprinkled with nuts on top too. Probably because this is such a lot of nuttiness comes out of this bottle for me. It's like you go to the fair, you get one of those caramel apples, some chocolate drizzled on top, some nuts on it, and that's good. That's pretty good. I'm a fan. Again, you're welcome, Michael says. Thank you again. Oh, Peyton. Okay, that's $1 million idea. I wish I had. That's one of my favorite candies, I would say, probably cowtails. Anyone else like cowtails? Trenny and C, thank you for stopping in. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you coming in. Absolutely fun topic. It's pretty much anytime you're eating candy and drinking bourbon, it's really not hard to make a good combination. It's really hard to make a bad one, I think. Elisha Craig, barrel proof and cowtails. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the possibilities? I'm a big fan of cowtails myself. They're really good. Nicholas likes them. Michael likes them. It's not just me. It's like I think the powdered sugar on the outside is really what gets me. It's like it just adds that extra layer of deliciousness, you know? They are quite sweet, Travis. You're right. Much creamier. It's just, I'm telling you, anytime there's chocolate, it's much creamier. Let's do a Knob Creek with this too. I think the Hershey's is a good neutral candy. Like it's just chocolate, just milk chocolate. I think that works well. It can, I think it can really actually elevate a lot of whiskeys. They're good, but they're too much work. Good to see you, Michael. I think I just want an excuse to drink this Knob Creek store pick again. A lot of you probably heard this story, but when I was in Florida, I was actually at a Walmart liquor store, so it's like a separate building from Walmart itself, but it's owned by Walmart. It's a Walmart liquor store. They had Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve. This one. Yes, I just have whiskey on my floor everywhere. $29.99. $29.99. They also had a double oaked, but this is a pick I got in Kentucky, but it was a double oaked for $29.99. I drank that thing while I was in Florida, so I didn't bring that home, but I brought this one home just because I couldn't pass it up at that price. Any of you ever seen them for that low of a price, honestly? That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. Finish this off. I thought that was a great, I mean, how could you not buy it at that price? The 120, like the single barrel reserve? Get out of here. There's no way. You'd have to be a fool. Had like 2 days to go, and I had about half a fifth of that double oaked. And I was like, well, I can't bring it back half empty, so I'm going to have to just have a couple good nights. $39.99, cheapest I've seen. Exactly. You know, and I looked, and it had the name of what it was there. I should have checked another bag, I guess. Brandon Elliott says, thanks. He's also on a store pick tonight. Excellent. Excellent, buddy. I know, Trev. I actually like them. It's kind of old school picks. I mean, the new label's sleeker, but I don't think it stands out on the shelf as much as these did. You know, personally. All right, let's pour some of this. This is a store pick from one of my local places. I talk about them all the time. This is Riverside Liquors. They are in partner with Alpine Liquors in Cedar Rock, right around here in Grand Rapids. They've got a whole bunch of store picks right now. Just got an Old Forester single barrel from them. I've got a tequila pick from them. 2 Buffalo Trace picks from them. I mean, I'm just loaded with whiskey right now. Honestly, loaded with whiskey. This is a 9-year pick from them. So, unfortunately, it wasn't a 14, but this is a 9. Chris Beaton, good to see you, buddy. You missed Michael Klein. He was suggesting a whole bunch of delicious combinations. He's 2 for 2 so far, so. But this is, this is a 9-year pick. 9-year picks, I've had some really good ones and some that were just meh, you know. I've heard some rumors there's some like 15-year picks out there now, and now they're making a normal label at about $50 for the Knob Creek 12-year, which is just a standard bottling. So Yona said she just got a Knob Creek 15-year pick for $45. Like that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. You should always do that. There's not even a question. Not even a question. Oh, shoot, I forgot to do the candy first. You guys aren't even helping me. What the hell? That's what this whole episode's about. Michael Campbell asks if you ever tried the Woodford Double Oak store pick. My local store has one, yeah. So, depending on your store, they might even let you try a pour before you, a sip at least, before you buy it. A lot of my stores locally will let me do that. They'll let me try their pick just to, it's advertising for them. You know, luckily the one I go to all the time, they have a lounge attached to it, so they just can go pour it out of their lounge and have us try it right there. For me, the standard double oak is quite good if you get it at a decent price. So I think it's worth it. Worth a store pick. Like I picked this one up in Kentucky at Total Wine, I think. So I would do it. Linux Cat said they have a couple 15-year picks. Oh yeah. 15-year picks, man. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Always try before you buy. You got it, Jason. You know it. So, chocolate in my mouth still. Glass to the nose. Honest to God, it kind of smells like manure a little bit. Can't explain that. Can't explain that at all. Maybe it's time I get a new Glencairn. All the old labels say 9. This says 9, but they won't change the label on a store pick. So the store pick, even if it's 15, it won't say 15. It'll say 9. Now, the new bottles, I'm pretty sure the new bottles for store picks, and you guys can probably answer this because I don't have a new store pick bottle yet, but I'm pretty sure they actually have specifics of the barrel. So when it was dumped, when it was, barreled, bottled, that type of stuff. Yeah, I know, Moose, you're right. So I think that's better. I mean, this still says 9 years on here, but the picks, if they're older than that, they won't just print new labels just for the store, you know. Well, that's better. I didn't taste like manure. Didn't taste like manure. For a 9-year, really good. I always tell people, I mean, if they're someone who's kind of new into bourbon and they don't really know, like they ask for a recommendation on what they should buy, this is one of my go-tos usually. Some parts of the country it's like 40 bucks. I think if you're okay, so you're starting to head towards that high proof direction that we all tend to go after we're into whiskey a little bit, this is always a go-to for me, even the standard 9-year. How you doing, Matt? Good to see you. Oh, Brandon says he's drinking a 15-year pick. Okay, Knob Creek pick. Gotcha. Yeah, that's no joke, man. No joke. But yeah, this is always one I recommend. It really is. It's like you can't go wrong. If it's too harsh for you when you pick up the bottle, just throw a little ice in it, throw a little water in it, mellows it right out, and just a solid pour. Solid pour. Clearly, they have a lot of Knob Creek right now too. They must, because they released all these different Knob Creek expressions: twice barreled, quarter cask, 12-year. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different stuff coming out just on the Knob Creek line alone. So, I don't know. They stopped the pick program there for like a hot second, but that's back now. So, how we doing on time? 1:45. We still got 15 minutes. Couple more pairings here. Not too bad. This isn't as good for me as the Russell's was. That Russell's was really good. I like that. What's next? I have a couple. I finished my Jefferson's cask strength, but I have a Jefferson's small batch. This is a store pick. This is only 90 proof, but I do have a weeded pick as well. I feel like that could play really well because that's salted. I mean, that's got some saltiness to it, some brininess. Think of something that Jefferson's Ocean might go well with. I'll see if I have it in the pumpkin. Chris Sprague, good to see you, bud. Thanks for stopping in. Michael, you're a bad influence. Bad influence. Werther's in a Jefferson. Candy corn, Patrick? Oh, I can't do candy corn. I can't. That stuff is just, nope, not for me. A lot of people are saying candy corn, though. What? I don't know. Candy corn, that's just not for me. Something with caramel for the salt flavor. I couldn't agree more. But what? A non-nut candy would pair well with the Michter's, not the rye, though. Let's see if we have anything with caramel for that Ocean's. These, Guy Davis's request was this in the 1920s, so I'm going to be doing those together. That'll be our last pour, probably. Set that aside. Something caramel. Chewy caramel, milk chocolate, and crisp crunchies. 100 grand? Think that would work? 100 grand work? Another Milky Way. This is a normal one. That's caramel, right? Guys, I don't know my candy. This was a bad idea for me. I'm not a telling you. Oh, Snickers is good. Snickers is a good idea. Caramel M&Ms. What? Jason's got this bougie candy. I don't have caramel M&Ms. I don't have a caramello. What do you think I am? What do you think I am, sir? So bougie. Let's do a Snickers. Snickers will work, right? I mean, there's caramel and some nuttiness in the Snickers. Let's do a Snickers, and we'll do... I think I want to grab the weeded pick, honestly. Where is it? I want to grab the weeded pick because I think it's going to work better with that. Let me run off camera a second. Hang on. We're back. Knock anything over. All right. Enough, Jay. Okay, that wasn't me. That was my wife with the hair. Thank you very much. My wife with the hair. Thank you very much. Yes, it's very thick. I said go easy on the gel because every time she ever puts gel in my hair, it's thick, okay? It's thick with 2 C's is what it is. That was ridiculous. That was poor. Piss poor, Jefferson. All right, Jefferson's weeded. Local store has another weeded store pick of Jefferson's coming as well. So, you know. Don't listen to the haters. You look like a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you, Trev. Thank you very much. You get to keep that wrench for another stream just because you said that. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm excited for, well, am I? I don't know. There's a weeded pick coming. And I was pretty disappointed in this bottle, honestly. This is like almost $100 where I am. She does, Michael. It's becoming a little bit of a problem. Oh, I am absolutely using my children's hard-earned Halloween candy. I was working, so it's the least they could do for me. That's what I say. It's a good question, Dustin. Not a whiskey scholar. Not a psychological scholar. Really no scholar at all. Terry D, that's a little bit weird. Is it weird that I cut the bottom off of Snickers and eat the top? Well, okay, hang on. You cut the bottom off of Snickers. What's the bottom and what's the top? Is that supposed to be something I know? Snickers is the one candy I actually really like. If there's a chocolate I'm going to go to, it's probably going to be a Snickers bar. And those Snickers ice creams, tell me you guys have had those. Those are really good. All right. Time for some salty Jefferson. The salt of Jefferson. I think this bottle's turned, man. I think this bottle has turned. Trev, you're absolutely right. You were supposed to tell everyone that on stream, though. Come on, buddy. All right. Better on the palate. The nougat is no good. Now we're talking, Terry. You are right. It's better. I mean, this is too low proof for me. After all these barrel proof stuff, we're back to 90 proof, as normal humans should be. But this is a little too smooth for me. It does definitely. Hang on. Woo! Snickers went down the wrong hole. It amplifies the caramel, like the caramel smoothness, you know. Thank you, Linux Cat. Appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. It definitely does add a little bit of saltiness. It does. Not a huge amount though. I think it's time to finish this bottle. Next time I have people over, I'll be strongly suggesting they try this bottle for science. Just to see what they think. See if they think it's turned, you know? That is what she said, Nicholas. You're correct. I mean, it's still good, but it's not a $95 bottle. Whatever it was. Not $95 good. What do we got? 9:53. We got 7 minutes before we're heading over to ADHD Fishing Stream. So let me do one more, and we are going to do these. I got a mess of candy here. It's going to be clean up. We are going to be doing... floor she goes. Pardon me. We are going to be doing 1920 and some peanut M&Ms. So my buddy Guy Davis. Oh, Ardbeg. Damn it, I forgot about the Ardbeg. We'll do two quick ones. Let me grab the Ardbeg. Which Ardbeg though? Regular, right? Ardbeg 10? Ardbeg 10, right? Ardbeg 10. Smoky. Ardbeg. This is a bourbon channel, Dustin. Hello. What are you thinking? We're gonna do 1920. Now this will give a cork pop, as only Old Forester can. Thank you. Honestly, one of my favorite distilleries now. Old Forester is just... I know, Brandon, I'm sorry. I don't have Michter's American right now. I finished my bottle. But Guy Davis, he suggested the peanut M&Ms. So we gotta do it. First things first, throw a couple nuts in your mouth. No teeth. Just suck gently. A little teeth. Oh, 1920. Oh, 1920. You don't need anything. Michael. Yeah. Just 1920 is so good. I didn't even taste it yet. All right. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday night. Thank you all for coming on in. Happy Halloween. It works. It works so damn well. It does. You can't do any wrong. You cannot do any wrong with 1920. You really can't. A little teeth's okay, Dram Man says. Just the tip. The tip of the teeth, right? The tip of the teeth. I don't want to be demonetized. Oh, man. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Jabber. Ryan Parker, you are a bad influence. We'll try it, though. We'll try it. Whew. That's good. I'll save a little of that to do the Ardbeg splash, as Ryan suggested. All right. That's good, though. That's really good. What did everyone suggest for Ardbeg? Did I miss it, though? Teeth, that is trust. You're damn right about that. You are damn right. What are we going to pair with this thing? Tell me. What are we going to do? Ardbeg. They don't disappoint. Ardbeg never disappoints. Just go random. Dustin suggested it. Dustin gets the call. Random. Make it! Nothing with nuts, Brandon says. For the love of God, no nuts. All right. No nuts. No nuts, Brandon. This is a Hershey's Cookies and Cream Doug McGrave Gravestone. Oh, Doug McGrave. I get it. I see what you did there, Hershey's. No nuts in this one, though. But some white chocolate. We did dark chocolate earlier. White chocolate. Now, we don't discriminate. Bourbinsane does not discriminate. That's a good nickname. Doug McGrave. That's happening right now. Right here. Holy crap, the Pete, man. The Pete. Pete Monster. Doug McGrave. Don't. That would be horrible. That's happening. It's already happening. It doesn't smell that good. It doesn't smell that good with this white chocolate. Here we go. Nope. Oddly enough, it brought out more sweetness and mellowed the peat a little bit, but it didn't work too well. It did not work too well. Let me look for something else. How about a milk dud? That'll work. Give me something to actually try. Do you have a milk dud, Brandon? Do you have a milk dud? I only have so much candy here. My kids are very young. They don't, you know, they were out for 20 minutes and they're back. You know, the candy supply was limited. And I ate all the Smarties already, so, you know. Milk dud. ADHD fishing, we're wrapping up here in just a moment. We'll be over there soon. Milk dud. Yes, milk dud, he says. All right. It destroys your teeth, man. My wife's a dental hygienist. I know she's probably having a panic attack upstairs watching me eat all this. Exactly, Moose. I'm like an idiot trying to eat this. It's still stuck on my teeth right now. Let's just take a sip with it still in my mouth. Ooh, now that's actually much better. That's much better. Much better. I don't have any sugar daddies. That's actually not too bad. Milk Duds is not too bad with Ardbeg. Ryan Parker, as we sign off, asked me to do a 1920 and Ardbeg combination here. So let me get these even. I know, Dustin. I need you to jump in there. So a peated 1920. Can you imagine the marketing? The ultimate crossover whiskey. Right here. The ultimate crossover whiskey for bourbon and scotch lovers. Boy. Honestly, 1920 kind of dominates that glass. The peat is extremely mellow on the nose. Very surprising. Maybe it's the milk dud just wafting into my nose from my mouth. Actually not half bad. If you like peated whiskey, that's good. It's like a sweeter Ardbeg. Like the smoke came through a lot more on the palate. Go ahead and try this. Anyone who has these two whiskeys, go do it right now. It's pretty good. Like, that is honestly pretty good. I am not mad about that. Wow. I like it. All right. Anyone who has the link to ADHD Fishing's live stream he's about to do, please do throw it in here right now because we're going to head over right after we're done here. I want to do one quick thing to sign off. Still 40 of you hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I want to make a quick announcement here. So, batch 1 challenge coins, I have like maybe 2 or 3 left at this point, honestly. So, I just had batch 2 made. And if you're one of my patrons, you already know that these were done. And I haven't received them yet, but I have them being processed and they're on the way. So, let me do a quick picture of what these look like for you all. So this is my batch 2 challenge coin. Now this is the 5-finger pour challenge coin. Thank you, Linux Cat, for posting that link. I appreciate it. So those of you who watch me, you know the 5-finger pour. It's it's kind of it's been a thing in a couple live streams mostly. A lot of times when it's something I have to do a collab like with Jason, it really gets bad with him because he asks questions I have no idea about. But these are what the new challenge coins are. The 5-finger pour challenge coins. We went the little blue color. I like it. I like it a lot. First batch of challenge coins were red, and I really like the way these turned out. I think they look great. If you are interested in getting one, you can pre-order them. Like I said, they'll be here in probably a week, honestly. So I've got a couple numbers accounted for from my patrons, of course. But $14 is the price, and that's shipped. It's $10 standard, and I'm paying where I am. I'm paying $4 each shipping. So that's the price right there. If you're interested, go ahead. You can Venmo or PayPal if you're interested. Otherwise, we can always do it later. It's no big deal. If you like them, I love the way they look though, and the way they turned out. I think they're awesome. So I hope you guys do too. Let's head over to ADHD Fishing now. Like I said, the time has come. It's time to get this man on the board. On the board. If you haven't subscribed to ADHD Fishing, go over now. Everyone's going to click that link that was just put in chat. We're going to head over, say what's up, see how he's doing. But thank you all for hanging out. I hope you tried some of these combinations. I hope you tried some candy, some whiskey together. It's Halloween. You got to eat some candy. You got to try some whiskey. You know, last year I brought a little mini flask out when we were doing the trick-or-treating thing. And that made it a lot more fun trick-or-treating as an adult. It really did. It really did. But I appreciate it. Happy Friday. Happy weekend, everyone. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'll see you all very soon. ADHD Fishing's chat right now. Click this button here.